Hi everyone, so here we go with the construction of our Boeing 737 lights panel. I got the foam board in here ready to mark. That's what we're going to do today. We're going to mark it, we're going to cut, we're going to make two of them. So basically what we need to do right now is to mark this board. So 66.8 centimeters wide, and then we make with 84 millimeters or 8.4 centimeters long. So we cut two rectangles first. So that's what I'm going to do now. Okay, so we got it marked and we're gonna cut it. Okay, and hopefully it worked. Okay. Just bend these carefully. There we go. It came loose. Okay, in here it's a little bit, but we need to trim it there. So we got our first panel done. Now we're just going to set it over here and make the second cut. There we go. Two boards exactly the same size. That's good. That's really what we wanted. I'm not liking the flexibility of it right now. I think it's a little bit too flexible. I don't know. I think it might not work that good, but we'll see if we need to add some supports in here. So now we need to make that angle in here on the lights panel, okay? Okay, so it's from here, we need to cut like this in here, and I know that on the right hand side, the distance between here and here, it's 16.9 centimeters or 169 millimeters. So that's exactly what we're going to take the measure, 16.9. This is the right side. There we go. One side done. So we're gonna do the same on this is the left hand side. So we have the same 32 in here. And then the distance from this edge to here, it's 17.2 or 172 centimeters. So that's the next measure that we're going to take. And we got it. So we got the panel. So this is supposed to be the left hand side, the right hand side. So we're gonna grab on the other one that we just had, and we're gonna mark it. Now that we have our panels cut already, what I'm going to do next, I printed a mock-up of the panel itself with all the markers where I have to perforate, and also the screws markers. and I'm just going to cut these ones so I mount it on top of there, and I have a good guide to where to make the holes. This makes it easier than to be taking measures there and marking on the boards itself. So that's what we're going to do now to cut the mock-up. Okay, and now what we need is to join these two together, and to be able to do so, since this is paper, I'm going to align them to the light and see where they join, and then I'll put some tape behind just to fix them. Okay, so I put some tape on the paper, the mock-up, and then I just put some tape also just to fix it on the top plate, which is going to be our back plate, and then align and put our front plate, which is now on the back side. But for the first part, it's going to be drilled the same way, both of them. And I got this little tool, which I don't know what it is, but it's like very sharp pointing edge. I don't know if this is actually a broken screwdriver or whatever. I don't know. I have this for there in my toolbox. I don't even remember where I got it. And since this is really sharp, what I'm going to do is just for the screws, so I can fix the panels together more securely instead of being gluing or anything. I'm just going to point this very sharp edge in here, and I'm going to drill a small, very small hole in there, and then I'm going to stitch them up together with these 3M screws. So let's see how it goes, because I haven't tried this method yet, so it's the first time. So we'll see. There we go. It went through. Okay, so I can just push it a little bit. It's not the cleanest of the holes, but no problem, because now I can grab my M3. I can grab my M3, stick my M3 to this hole. That goes through both. Actually, the hole is yet too small, so let me just puncture this a little bit, just rotate it a little bit. Okay, we don't need it to be too clean. There we go. Screws in there, and we'll just put a washer and a little nut. Don't tighten it too much. There we go. It's starting looking like a panel. Let's do the rest of them. So you see, this is what happens. It kind of broke it here, so we need then to to fill it up. But this is the risk of doing it this way. I should have this warm. Anyway, this one can be kind of filled. I'll see, I'll fix it. I'm not going to waste the board just because of this. Maybe I should have this one warm. Let me try to see if I warm it up, if I get better results. Definitely. It went through like butter, and look how clean that hole is compared to these ones. Look how clean. So warm it up. Lesson learned. Warmed it up. Should have known. Look how clean these ones I made with the heat. Okay. These ones I made it with the punching them. And look how beautiful these ones turned out. Should have done it before. So now I've got all the holes drilled, and I'm going to put my M3s on them and fix this board. So we put all the screws in already with the washers on the back, so the panels are now both of them fixed. It's a good tryout, it works fine. And now what we're going to do, again with this little helpful tool, but now hot, I'm going to make the holes, a small hole first on these ones, okay, and then we'll increase the size of the hole until it reaches to the right size. So there we go again, just repeating it, just making it hot. Okay, we got the panel all drilled. Now it's time to increase the size of the hole until we get to the 6mm that I want on these ones and 9mm that I want on the rotaries. The switches are all 6, the rotaries are 9. Okay, so now I'm going to heat this one up and make the holes with this one up, which is a little bit smaller, and then I go up to my 6mm, and then on the 2 rotaries I go for the 9mm. So I just keep increasing the size of the holes. Now look at here, we've got a candle. It's not Valentine's Day, it's not anybody's birthday, it's my wife that is behind the camera that going like, no, you need a candle. And I go, I need a candle for what? She goes like, no, you just light up the candle and you can make your things hot with the candle instead of using your lighter. Okay, so besides filming, she's got good ideas. So I'm going to start doing it and I'll be back when we're all done. Okay, the holes are all done. 6mm, 9mm, 9mm, 6mm, 6mm, they're all done. If you see still this white in here, it's because this is supposed to be for the outside. I marked it in white for the top panel, which the holes are going to be bigger than on the bottom panel. The panel on the back is where you put all your switches, so that needs to have the exact dimensions. And for example, on the back panel here, that my switch needs a 6mm hole. I'm then making a 10mm hole on the front panel outside to give that effect that you see on the plane. So, and then on the 9mm hole here for the rotary, this one can stay the same because the button is just going to cover it, and so the rotary knob doesn't let you see the back. But for all the switches, and here on the landing lights, there is a special one that we're going to see on the front panel, which this part will be all cut. But again, the 6 mm's on the front panel are all going to turn to 10 mm. And that will be the next thing to do. I'm pretty happy with the results right now. It seems not to be too wobbly. We'll see how it goes.